This week, what's a Hurtigruten ship actually like? I'll take you from joining the ship in Bergen to how you'll board almost everywhere else. Then where you'll eat, sleep and wash while watching beautiful Norway glide by. Boarding for the Hurtigruten is via its terminal in Bergen. It's about 10 to 15 minutes walk from the centre of town. I put a link to where it is on the description for this video. Your quiz question for this video: when was Hurtigruten founded? To say the least, the terminal is large and spacious. So check-in took a couple of minutes and they just want your passport to check in, which I've shown them. Then you get that envelope here which helps you check in. They put a number on your bag, which I'll show you now, and the only thing you do is you get a cruise card, which is pretty normal for any sort of cruise, and then they ask if you want to put a bank card onto it. Depending on when you check in, you'll spend some time in this waiting area. There are some refreshments available there as part of your cruise deal. But before long, you'll need to go to your pre-cruise safety briefing in this room. After the briefing, via your cruise card, you'll confirm that you've seen the safety video.
Thanks, enjoy it. You're welcome. Enjoy it.
Thank you. There's then a short walk through the building, taking you to a final swipe of your cruise card before you're free to board. An early sight of one of the great pleasures of being on this ship. As it's also a ship to connect communities, it's always a hub for activity whenever it's in harbour. This was the only time we boarded the ship to Deck 5. As you'll see soon, all the other times we boarded via Deck 3. It's a short walk around the front of the ship before you can head inside. From here, you'll have to wait a brief time until your cabins are ready. Your bags, which you would have left at check-in, will be outside your cabin, ready for you to collect. This, though, is not normally how you'll get on board the ship. At every port I visited, apart from Bergen, we always boarded via this gangway into Deck 3 of the ship. The first thing you'll do on arriving and also leaving will be to swipe your ship card. This is where you can leave your luggage between leaving your cabin and leaving your ship. Now for a short walk down to Deck 2. There are cabins here, as there are on Deck 3, but also the sauna. And no, I didn't use it. And no, I won't take you inside this time, just in case there's somebody inside. And I don't want to be on camera. Back up to reception and let's show you the rest of the ship. A short walk from reception is the laundry, which, yes, in this case, I did use. Whenever you're travelling for a while, you need to do the washing, and there is a laundrette on board. It costs 30 Norwegian crowns to do. And that is what you get for your 30 Norwegian crowns, which pays for your wash. The drying is free. From what I can see, I now have 35 minutes to go and have some lunch, come back, and then get these clothes dried. For the record, the dryers took around 30 minutes, but it was all pretty stress-free. Now we go up to the main public decks, starting with Deck 4. As we head upstairs, I just want to let you know that at the end of my series aboard this ship, I'll let you know exactly how much my journey cost me, excursions and all. The Torget is where you'll eat your food as part of your all-inclusive deal. Breakfast, lunch and some evening meals are buffets, although about 3/4 of the evening meals are a la carte. For evening meals, you'll have a set time to eat, but other meals can be whenever you want within those set time windows. The food, well, it was very good, and Hurtigruten make a lot of being locally sourced. My only gripe, as ever with a buffet, is some people think they have very clean hands and can touch the food.
And that is just wrong.
Staying on deck 4, let's make our way down this public area to specialist dining, the bistro and fine dining. I tried both on the cruise and they were excellent. On to the final part of Deck 4. Hotel reception is here, where you can ask questions about your cabin or maybe get the token to use the laundry. This is the excursions desk, and both are usually closed when the ship is in port. If you want to shop, this is for you. And these two rooms are lecture rooms. The first was used for German-speaking passengers, and this was for English. This should give you an idea of what it's like to be in the room for some of the lectures and daily briefings. Quickly through the door that's usually locked, and let's get up to the next deck, Deck 5. This video is part of a series I filmed in Norway on the ship and on a road trip. If you don't want to miss out, hit subscribe now. Deck 5, where I stayed, is full of cabins, and these cabins have one big advantage for me. All of them are no more than 15 to 20 seconds walk from a door, which will take you out to the Promenade Deck and a chance to pause and take in the views on this fabulous cruise. If you're wondering where the ship's docked while I was filming this, we were in lovely Tromsø. Yes, we were lucky when we were there with the weather. It was a beautiful day. I'll be posting a video about my time in Tromsø, including taking you to the Arctic Cathedral and up high for some spectacular views of the area later on this channel. Now, let's head back inside and show you around my cabin. Welcome to my cabin. Now, I'm doing this a couple of days into the cruise because I figured I'd have a better feel for what this cabin is like. So you can see my room, bit of luxury, set for a double bed, but I know people who have similar cabins to mine who have them as two singles. It is quite narrow to get past, as you can see down here. Bit of a squeeze to get through. The beds though, I've slept like a log. Very, very comfortable. Now, the window, great view. I've got the blind down just for the lighting at the moment, but you have great views across the fjords as you move up through Norway. But my cabin is also on the Promenade Deck, so you might wonder, can people see into the cabins? The answer to that is no. There's a mirror on the outside, so you can't really see into the cabins. I'm here during the summer, and you might wonder whether the light is a problem for sleeping. I find the blinds personally are more than enough for me. On the right hand side, as you come through the door, there is storage up here. Personally, I've got some personal stuff, some kit up here, and then down below, some of my personal stuff, clothes, etc. It might be a bit tight if there's two of you in a cabin, but certainly for me, it's fine. And then you've got a wardrobe here. And finally to the bathroom. Here it is. One of the great things in here, hello, is the floor. It's heated, or it certainly seems to be. Shower is here. So there you have it, my home from home in Norway. Back on the road, or more likely the carpet, and let's head up to deck 6. This is another deck mostly made up of cabins for passengers, but it does have a surprise to offer you at the back of the ship. At the back of the ship, on deck 6, there are 2 hot tubs. As you can see, when we were in port, there was a bit of maintenance work going on around them. Finally, up to deck 7. This is the outdoor explorer deck part of the ship. It's used for a lot of ceremonies and events, an example of which is when you cross the Arctic Circle. There are 2 seating areas either side heading back towards the inside of the ship. The area down there is where you can smoke on board. This seating area is non-smoking, and it proved particularly popular because it was heated as well. By the way, there is one major part of the ship I won't show you around on this video. That's the bridge for the captain and crew. However, I will show you it on a later video in this series on this channel. The fitness room, where I spent a lot of time on board.
You lie, stupid gringo.
Oh, and the answer to this week's quiz, 1893. This is Multe, where you can buy sandwiches, ice creams, cakes and buns here, and they were particularly good. On to the final area of the ship used by foot passengers that we've not visited, the Explorer Lounge and Panorama Bar. Getting a seat here sometimes can be a challenge, but it is a glorious place to sit and watch Norway glide past the window, taking in the views, more of which you'll see in future videos on this channel.